You're going to love this video. It's all about the most vaguest subject matter we could ever begin to try and poke with a fork: narcissism. It's something that is humbling to me because these are handicapped people. They are less fortunate, they are disadvantaged. I didn't just say that they're always moving in poverty as far as their financing and they don't have the nice things. No, actually, they dress themselves with all of that to hide the fact that they are impoverished from the inside out. Now we're looking at, is it curable? For me, really, I don't want to talk about that now. I know it's curable. If anything, we can hold space for the reality of what is taking place here, and we can begin to employ ourselves away, not only away from catering to their illusory world, which you know, it's like letting a toddler run your entire life because, the worst thing is that they are only playing. It's not a solid foundation there. It's very just up in the air, and we're playing house, and now it's just time to go to sleep. And we're not really understanding that there's a solid stream of time that we are to interact with as making that our witness, which is reality. Reality is the only thing that's not in fragments here as awareness. Awareness and reality are one. And they don't have much of that. They are a mind, and they have a lot of ideals installed. And this is one of the things I wanted to point out, is that they are a very unnatural people. They are people who are very unnatural. See, it's hard to find. It gives you a weird gut feeling. See, that gut feeling that you get is that, oh, this person, there isn't a real, it's just weird. It's strange. You'll get it right away. And, well, in many ways it'll come. It will show when it's time to have a natural human response. They are good at faking the human response. And it's just a Hallmark card. You can see it's like, yeah, but where is the depth of understanding coming out in details through more elaborate communication? What it is now, it's hard to tell who's who because they will turn you into this miserable kind of thing that is like almost, yeah, I mean, really not almost, but worse than their condition. If you try to love them, you're gonna thin your IQ level out. Your understanding about everything is going to be undermined to try and level up with this unreal person who is not natural. See, narcissists are unnatural people. Um, they form relationships unnaturally, kind of thing. You know, of course, they're the first ones because there's such inner desolation. The first thing they're thinking about is that I need a friend, I need a companion, really, I need that reflection. I need not be left alone with what? With my inability to handle this emptiness that is not the good emptiness. It's vacant of the sense of self or belonging to itself. It's just, I can't imagine. But see, I live in a place where it seems to be like, okay, so a lot of them come up here to hide, I guess. It's terrible because, oh yeah, up here we have the artsy people and even healers, and they're all kind of fake. Babes, you have to really think, man. If you're doing it funny for money, if you're doing it funny, fun money, if you're doing it funny, then you're kind of faking it. You know, not really. It's good to be an artist that has a passion. Say like you're a potter or you're a musician. But see, in this society, this highly narcissistic that does money, I don't know if they've picked up on it or not, but of course they have. The upper echelons, they do it very naturally. This is the name of the game. It's not about the art and um, about your own IQ level as having held that together and said, look, this is a very good piece of work. No, they look you up and down, and it doesn't matter that you have sacrificed a lot of your time and effort and even materials to put a price tag on it, and really you're exposing yourself to this fucking society that to date is geared to starve people out if they want. See, they can say, I can get those kind of glazed cups and dishes for a better price over at what is the Hobby Lobby or something like that. And it's like, that's what money has been doing systematically. It's hard to be an original thinker, somebody who comes up with the same stuff that they will sell in the Walmart. See, the money and the poor sense of self and the fake culture that creates a fake relationship with people I mean, it's looking like the fake people glom on each other and they have an idealized version of life. It's just conceptual, really. It's filling slots. Did you make the grade? Do you have the job? Did you find the wife? Did you get the car and the house? And there's a cat in the yard? And then do you have a dog? And it's all just really, it's not, see, those are all fragmented ideals. Like, did you know that you have a dog only when you have a farm? And did you know you get a wife only when you know how to, or a friend, a good friend, really, it's not a wife. When you know how to be a good friend to people, you get people that will stand by your side forever. That's just really what good friends are. That's something. It's like, see, when you're fostered up as a people, that you don't have an inner core or a sense of value of yourself, saying no. And what I know is that I am discovering things of myself that in general it's the same for everybody else. I have respect for that, like, ambiance that is so nebulous because we're all still learning. See, this is especially now in case you are starting up from age 0 on. It's very tedious. It's like, hey, I'm going to get into my body, and then you are relying, unfortunately, on people who will leave you completely alone enough to get your own faculties on and to see for yourself what is actually going on here. Now, if you have somebody that bothers to show you things like money when you're really small, and they're like, look now, 5, 10. First of all, are we going to see money like that in the future? I say no. I don't think we should see money at all. I think we should have a completely socialist system. I don't know why it's not that way already. After 25 years, you have social media. What is the opposite of social media? Anti-social media. I don't want to get into this confusion right now, but see, there is AI, which is artificial intelligence, and those are the fake people. And they are going to grab on, they are being sucked into the version of technology which is highly up in the air, that is aiming to just filter everybody into staying unevolved and looping in these conceptual ideas, religion, traditional value, your education system, holding all of that together, maybe. There, to me, man, when you think about religion and then your cultural traditional values, it might be more important than your educational system over there that doesn't allow any of it. And it's just like, really, it's, you have a backdrop of a, you see, there's parasites that are wanting to latch on to the organism that is potentially human. See, they don't know how. See, you have hosts now. If you're worshiping any politician or even a priest up there, they're saying to come to me. I have, and see, they are a parasite though. They're turning you into a host, and they're making a little hollow inside of your entire psyche in your mind. Yeah, it's common that they are doing rent space in there, and they make sure to kind of move on in. And how do they do that, Shauna? How do you think they do it? Comment section down below. I'm in the middle of having my oatmeal cool off, and I'm a conservative person. I use real live energy that comes from the core out to do what I'm doing. And if you're the same way, you know easily how drained you can get by by being associating with these stone cold, really non-reciprocating kind of people. Because here's a narcissist for you, you know. See, here it is, my birthday, and I am actually in great need. Unfortunately, I need a lot. That's why I'm on this thing. I think that there's somebody listening here and say, "Oh shit, you need a little help for what? You need fire starters because wintertime. You need to winterize now. You are doing something of your life that you need a little bit of of some supplies, and the stuff that I need is like what I'm asking. It's like hardly $20, and I have been so quiet the past 15 years. Just my and I'm not complaining about that. I love to be quiet, be able to be quiet. I don't like to become a squeaky wheel, and I don't know how to do it. I'm crying like a baby, and nobody knows how to respond to a baby. They kick it and they say shut up, and if you don't shut up and say it a certain way with a cherry on top, I'm not going to give you anything. By the way, you people should never have children. That's a narcissist right there. You people are fucking like doing cookie cutting. Like, talk about the fake people, the inauthentic all around. It's like, now there is where it comes full circle. They're going to turn you into a demeaning. It's demeaning, right? You don't have any meaning towards your expressions of your uncomfortness, and it's not going to be effective to express yourself. See, there's where you have to become gray rock. But there's a part of the organism that's always going to remain that kind of inner child that cannot afford that kind of stoicism. No way. No way. That's not what we live on. That's not the living. You know, you're required to dumb yourself down and get inauthentic in yourself around these people that they are apt to form a very unnatural relationship. Now, I'm going to put a video up here at the end of this video. There's something about some of these people that I don't like, and it's because, well, what I mainly don't like about it is because really, it's not the final answer. You know, there is an exception to the rule. There's a fine line. You know, you can't just say people that come into your life are not to be there to be your therapist or anybody that can help you in such a way that I say, babes, you better pay attention to your relationships and how you feel about it, what's pinging back about mainly yourself. That's the only real reflection you're going to get, real therapy. Otherwise, you can go get a foster therapist, and what the first thing they do is roll their eyes because it's like, here's somebody who didn't really want the help. And they probably don't want it unless they get into their world of suffering and pain, which is over money a lot of times. And so the narcissist only loves money. And so the way to gouge them or make them raw to their subconscious, like, oh God, I got to learn something, is start taking their money away, right? And that's why a therapist would be useful. It's like they don't even find, it's questionable. Would they go to church if nobody asks them for money and there wasn't a big scene in the end saying, now hand it around, and they kind of flash a few bills, and make sure you see a 50 and they put it in there, and it's just virtue signaling because nobody else and everybody is putting 50 cents or $2, and they're like, why does God need money? Fuck, I know why. If it was real, it wouldn't be centralized like that. It would be on a system like this that says, now it's time to water. Now, can 18,000 people send me $1 here? No, don't send it to me. Send it to one of my 18,000 followers. I have Nancy, I have Patsy, I have Kenneth, I have John, I have Joseph, it's their lucky day. Let's do it. And see, if you have enough clientele, or really it's just clout, like, what are you doing? You know, uh, it's not really about money, really, but imagine that a conversion of support that doesn't burden one single person. I want to talk about that marriage thing that is a form of social distancing that the Roman Catholic Church put together for us. It's not built. It's a kind of a. It's the backdrop system that says, in case you don't know how to love each other, you can go here and entrap somebody. You can form a fake relationship, but now how do you do that? How do you do that so unnaturally and create an unnatural situation where it's nothing but such hard work? You got to really work hard. And I just didn't say that I don't know that it takes a bit of like, it's a challenge to get away from your need to be an ego, like your comfort zone. See, if you have to release that thing that it's not really helping you, so that you can get the right support in you, right? And get just enmeshed with the right kind of supportive, energetic thing that maintains. Really, you have to pay attention to your feelings. See, the inauthentic, unnatural development of attachments with people. First off, boy, would I dare say, it could start with the mother and the child, or just the parents and the small babies. If they are under the impression that attachment development is love, and they just stick with that and they kind of tool and take advantage, and really it's just a mechanism of the kid is not capable of loving anybody. And that love is something I dare say that you have to cultivate, and it takes a little time. They can pick up on it, and they're doing that through mimicry. Like say, what are these people about? And it would be really hard to mimic just outer space, wouldn't it? But no, it isn't. All you are is just available to their beings, their needs. Talk about forgiving. That's what forgiving is. It's just like you're not imposing something and saying, stop crying or I won't give you anything. You're saying, I'm going to prevent the crying by giving something of a cushion. See, I know better. I know better. See, if I leave it like this, it's going to cause a rash. If I use this kind of product, it's going to cause hives or something. If I don't set it up a certain way, it's possible they can get hurt. And that's what forgiving is. By no means, ladies and gentlemen, you just lost sight of what the hell for means and then give. A lot of times it's spelled with the word the E at the end, which means like forthcoming. The way a narcissist can understand what forgive really, really means, pay it forward. Pay it forward. Come on. See, otherwise, see, it's like this. They think that, somebody, you have to tolerate somebody who has ran up to you and slapped you on the back of the head and then tiptoe away. And it's like, I forgive you because you don't know. No. Now you're practicing toleration. And it's like, wait a minute. Are you going to let your nerve endings go dim down? See me? I would have snapped right back up and tried to grab them. And then, okay, so now going to do it again? That's just the Aries in me. You have to spontaneously act, or what are you going to do? Knock your fucking nerve endings down that can actually get up and say, you know what, I don't have time for this. I'm going to go do something real. See, a lot of us Aries people, we love the front lines, man. We're in there running towards the fire. We're putting it out. We're ambulance drivers, parting the crowd, and we're saying, we got shit to do here. Excuse me. Actually responding with our nerves first, and it's your hero over there, and we're not going to go, I think, well, I can get it tomorrow. No matter what, doesn't matter what you're giving. See, people are giving things to people, and then they're undermining their very souls. Hello, church over there. Was that you too, Christ? Yeah. And they don't understand that either. They're like, they're forming these fake relationships over human need, right? They're like, got a human need? Oh boy, I get to plug into you on every level, but you need some food, right? Stop it. Snap out of it. You want real friends? Right now, with the transition we're going through, Pluto and Aquarius, oh boy, you better start being more accepting, right? And see, I've always accepted that there's these handicapped fucking kids, overgrown, blown, fucking insecure, fucking, who cares? If they can level up to reality and get involved in the truth with you and max it out and maybe do a project together and make it work to where when the kids see, or anybody overgrown fucking kid sees, they're like, I want that for me one of these days. Then do it. Don't hesitate. See, I say that it's curable. They have to hang around enlightened people. They have to see, it starts at childhood. If they're there exposed to other idiots that have all of this conceptual reality in their uh, uh, um, operating in their heads, saying we feel this slot and we feel that slot and you're just a brick in the wall. Really good, congratulations. Be a brick in the wall and fill that slot. Did I tell you? That you don't find yourself completely alone. That most likely you don't have a good friend with you. You have to be your own damn good friend. If you haven't learned that, you're going to be around people that are deceiving you all the time, right? Because they haven't found that either. They don't know how to be trustworthy in themselves. It's not real. And then they always wonder why people just all of a sudden turn on them. It's because you show us more and more that you're not capable of being present to anybody's authentic need. Really, you're not there for their need. You're there because you have a need to pacify something and you just can't fucking be alone with it enough to find out that somebody's in real need there, and let's go find out what they need. Really, you're just, see, I have a birthday coming up and people are going to say, oh, I want to give you something. It's like, don't No, see, don't give me something that I don't want or that I don't need just because you have the need and you want to. That's pure fucking Leonian narcissism. Let me tell you right now, the Leos are so big on their birthdays, and it's usually like, oh, wait, are you celebrating me, or are you just celebrating because you like to celebrate? It's just another reason to have a party. And to say, I'm an ego here. See, I've done it for you, and how dare you? See, the Leo, I mean, classically, or any narcissist really that makes big deals about birthdays like that, who can give a fuck about you. See, the reason why they do it to you, it has nothing to do with you. They expect it for their birthday, and they just think, if I do it for you, you're going to do it for me, right? And it's like, you people are so fucking unnatural and fake. Can you set yourself aside authentically and get to know somebody there? No, because that's an intimacy that you can't do with yourself. Find out, honor. Hey, was this something that see? I'm looking at a faction of people who are men that it's like, don't pick on them. They're there taking orders, and are you going to mislead them into overworking, running for that money? See, somewhere along the line, they got rid of all the smarter women who were, hi, Jesus, was that you? Yep, they put a beard on me. And then when they get rid of the women who are practicing, first of all, safe sex, it means you make the place of sex safe. That's where I'm saying that a human being is created. You know, it could be a narcissist with an ideal there saying, especially after the church, saying, oh, I can marry you and I can get your body to do how many kids for me. And I can sell one kid to the government over there for how much? And they, who cares? But they're just using you. They want you as a host, and they're becoming a parasite. And lo and behold, if you grow any of their kids in you, you have grown a parasite. And then what becomes of you? What becomes of you? What we don't like is what is becoming supposedly as women. You know what I mean? It's like, well, where do we go? We seem to deteriorate too quick under that projection. And so getting back to that fake connection that they managed to make because you're not your highest self. See, when the church finally gets you into there, first of all, they caused all the pain that you're fucking causing by getting rid of your leaders over there. So now they're going to turn around and help you. So by the time you get there, they know that you're searching for something innocently. It's an innocent thing that they're preying on, and they don't ever serve you anything that says now you're self-sufficient. Now you see you've awakened inside something that you have long forgotten, that maybe nobody ever bothered to remind you. In fact, they're practicing deception and they are operating from that place. See, what we're looking at is fully encapsulated people that never see past it. They direct attention to themselves only, right? A narcissist is somebody who cannot, for the life of them, be an equal reciprocator. They may fashion up a fake way of doing that, right? And doesn't money, and see, I'm thinking of marriage again, where they're saying, well, I give you this and you give me that. And it's like, actually, there's a natural occurrence where you just find yourselves there. And then you look again, and can you manage a decent presence enough that communicates, I see you? And can you do that enough to start um, um, building up a genuine, long-lasting connection, like just by nerve ending, and saying, boy, they met up with that, and I thought that too, and they thought the same thing. And it's not this, well, it's going to be like this because you have needs like this, and I have no time for this, and blah, 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 and I got to go to work now, and blah, 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 and you're going to do this, right? And it's like, nope. That all needs to end. End it. End the systems that are designed to confuse that way. But see, our healers, the ones that held up cures, hi, Jesus, was that you over there? Yeah, tell them about the mob. I don't want to talk about that right now. Minute 30? God, this is a good one. It just seems like we're doomed. This thing that I'm experiencing, my little baby cat, she's getting reactions from every single thing that I'm trying to give her as a food. See, we knew it when we were a kid in the 90s. that animals, we didn't have trouble with our animals eating their kibble and their food that they make. See, I remember when they made an announcement. It was after I moved up here. They made an announcement that said studies have shown now, and through statistical and things just occurring now, that people are complaining their pets are getting sick and dying from a certain food, and they bothered to tell us that on the news because they kind of have to, as a intergalactic political um, party move. They have to put it in front of your face. This Friskies and this Purina style has caused illnesses in pets, so beware and blah blah blah. See, then they would pull it back and then continue the poison all across the board. I mean, everything, all of it has something in it. And then you see what comes up. Like I said, I've never seen these shelves, but now they come up. So many different types of foods. Bad! This needs to end. The reason why that we have animals, domestic animals, is because like dogs particularly and cats, you have a farm. You have a shed that has you keep cornmeal in it and you don't want rats in there, so you have a cat. You have lambs and sheep over there in your stables. You're killing them on a weekly basis. You're distributing meat out to people and you have leftovers. That's why you have a dog. They eat those things. Now, what we've fostered up as a life, having these domestic animals, I mean, I can't imagine because I kind of keep that going here. But my chickens are more effective and efficient than a dog because, well, I'm kind of vegetarian, and I'm wondering, well, who's going to eat my leftovers? Well, my chickens do. See, this is where the carnivorous species, whatever they are, they're going to all go extinct. They're going to all go extinct because of the way that they have to kill things to survive, and that's not very very see, you can't do that. It becomes scarce. What if we find out that we don't want to die and we just keep running and then you're going to die, you know? Um, Vultures are more are like the ideal thing to do because they'll eat that dead thing that's dead, or I think they can even eat berries and stuff if they really wanted to. Same with coyotes, but no, I'm gravitating towards well, of course, the one that can eat everything, or nothing at all. See, human beings are that way. Can't limit it to any one thing. Um, if it's intelligence that says I'm going to survive this, you know what I mean? And so, but anyway, but we can look at that. What's going to go extinct? What is not? Well, of course, the ones that are more versatile and that can eat everything are not going to go extinct because they can live, especially if they can just eat leaves and the dead things that are lying around. And those are vultures, babe, and they seem to be high in numbers. And getting back to, is that really, Shauna? How do you get to the animal world like this? And do you think human beings should behave that way? No, no. They should consciously, they should say, look, we know how to group up and we see the advantage here. We have a vantage point of seeing all of these resources. We can't we can't pick it up and hoard it for ourselves at any one self. This is all of ours and we take what we need and we enjoy the energy we get from that and we leave the rest behind for the natural process of whatever else needs to energetically work out, right? And we don't but still, see, we're human beings and we're capable of something else. Thanks for listening to all this. I hope I got my point across. The main thing is just beware of try not to foster up a connection that way. Are you somebody who waits until people are at their most unnatural, like they don't feel good, they're feeling low, and now you're like, I'm here. See, I wanted you this whole time, and it's like, who? The one that is down and out? See, having gone this far, that's what I worry about my brother. Um, when his mother died, that's not the time to meet somebody like a really a friend. You're emotionally susceptible to having something come and glom onto you because like maybe you really want a friend and then so you have to watch out. You tell these people, and if they're a sociopath, they're going to use everything against you, particularly if you have something that they want, they're going to take it from you. um, they see they're just waiting for you to drop everything and see when you're vulnerable emotionally that way. You're going to tell them anyway. You're going to try and tell them something that says, no, I'm worthy. And if you want them in your life, you're gonna try and manipulate them with a little of your goods. You're gonna say, you know what, I own a home now. You know, my mom died, but I own a home, and I own a home. Well, they're gonna be moving in about 6 months. Watch out, you haven't even got to get to fucking know each other very thoroughly. It takes 2 years to get to know somebody, making the effort to go and get to know, and you have to make sure that it's not something as unreal as a subject matter that you have between you. Is it just your church? Is it some kind of organization that is unhealthy that keeps you together? Like maybe you met at a slaughterhouse or something. This is my partner. It's like, well, what if one of them doesn't want to work at a fucking slaughterhouse anymore? Or maybe that was the reason why you had that job, is because you were at the lowest of lows and you were doing anything and everything possible. And now you think you're going to meet somebody that they're like, oh, God, you love working here. And it's like, no, as a matter of fact, I don't like where I'm at all. See, when you meet like that, and you have a buddy there, and you're like, wait a minute, when I want to get better. It could be blatant. They're like, see, this is what I couldn't see. I'm an Aries rising. It's like, babes, I have been here for 15 years. Of course I need people in my life. I don't need people in my life when they see that I'm belly up and screaming. By that time, it's too late. What happened? What happened? I just didn't have people. This is weird. It's like, well, see, because there's so many people that say, well, you just don't like people that help you. And it's like, no, I don't like people that only celebrate me when I'm down. I saw this on my Facebook the other day. I get no likes on my fucking Facebook page, and I know I'm just way over their heads talking about what brings me up is what's going to bring everybody up is the higher vibrational frequency of love. We're highly creative. We're going to talk about the things that you don't like to talk about, which is being one with the universe, smiling at the universe, getting everything you want through just the ease of being with it, and not trying to work so hard. Sit down, figure out what you're doing wrong, get rid of everything that you're doing wrong, back to what you're doing right, and keep reciprocating with that. And they don't. That's just too easy for you people. Yeah. A lot of things are way too easy because the mind will say, no, it's more complicated. You're not doing that. And then it does this like virtue signaling, right? That says, and we did it because we do it. They look at everybody else that seems to just be living in peace, really. And it's hard for them to get to us, really. But the way you get to us is that we go down a little bit. See, in my neighborhood, talking about my brother, how I was worried about how that he might have gotten preyed upon by somebody who saw that, oh, you have assets and you're way down. Oh, I could be there for you. But you see, you don't do your astrology. You don't notice that you have a Venus square Venus. Your taste is different. They are highly materialistic. You're love oriented. They are all kinds of things. You have Mars on their sun. Every Mars on your sun. The Mars person is highly agitating to the Sun person. It's hard to work out that hyperactivity. If there's a friend there, yeah, and you do a lot of hyperactive things, but eventually you guys irritate each other. The Sun person wants their identity intact, and the Mars person is kind of reckless. And anyway, just people walking blind, fostering up a situationship, really a relationship out of just what is a situationship. That situationship is a trap. And it's called, yeah, you want to get back into talking about marriage, how that it's just really fucking sad and rude because you can get out of that illusion of being trapped, but how? When there's like a mainstream microphone and amplifiers all around you in the form of people too, but mainly, yeah, the amplifiers. What was it first? The printing press and your book. Do not judge, even a murderer, until that fucking system is abolished away from whatever it is that says that, well, we can't seem to show up to the truth and reality, but here's your note. You're not a really good babysitter, by the way. It turns out that we're fucking babysitting you!